Common terms in low carb and fasting lifestyle. Pag-aaralan natin since marami yung mga baguhan natin ngayon. Welcome to all newbies, sa mga beginners pa lang in this way of life. So, I'm your diet doctora, Dr. Josephine Grace Rojo, and with me are my brothers. So, Andrew and Alvin. So, kilala niyo na sila. At pag-aaralan natin kung ano-ano yung mga common na mga terms na ginagamit natin para we speak the same language, para alam natin kung anong ibig sabihin nun. And we will also tackle a little bit kung ano yon. So, number one is LCF. So, LCF meaning, ano yung LCF?
Low carb and fasting.
So, low carb and fasting, yun yung pinaka-basic na lifestyle natin. Low carb dahil pinapababa natin yung ating carbohydrate intake in a day. So, sa pagkain before, kung hindi tayo nag-iisip, if kumakain tayo ng 3 rice a day, kumakain ng tinapay for breakfast, tapos nagsasnacks tayo ng sandwich, kumakain ng kamote, banana Q, kamote Q, at kung ano-ano pa, mostly mataas yon sa carbohydrates. So, with low carb, we try to eliminate or lessen yung carbohydrates to bare minimum. Ilan yung grams na limit natin sa carbohydrates?
30 grams, pero actually, hindi na tayo nagbibilang. Wala na.
For
As much as possible should be 20 or below. So
20 or below. And maximum na inaalaw natin?
30.
50. Up to 50, especially sa mga kids o yung mga pregnant women, but still low carb pa din. So example ng 50 grams would be about 1 cup of rice, pero still in low carb, we don't advise na yung source of carbohydrates ninyo is yung mga nakaka-spike pa rin ng insulin. Ano yung favorite mong carbohydrates na kinakain?
Sa ngayon, sa mostly sa green leafy vegetables.
Green leafy vegetables. Specifically,
Specifically, lettuce.
lettuce, cabbage, repolyo, all of those, lahat ng mga greens. So with low carb, pinapababa natin yung ating carbohydrate intake. So yun yung importante so that we will lessen our blood sugar spike and also i-lessen din natin yung ating insulin spike. Now with fasting naman, it usually go together with low carb. Hindi pwedeng low carb lang. At kung fasting naman, if you want to improve your health, you might want to eat low carb during your eating window. So, hindi pwedeng puro fasting lang din at mag-high carb kayo. Because if you want to optimize your health, kung gusto nyo mag-heal talaga, and we know marami tayong kailangang healing, different kinds of healing. Yung iba gusto lang pumayat. And then yung pagpapayat is actually healing if you are coming from obese or overweight. Whereas yung mga sobrang payat naman, it is also healing kung gusto nilang mag-gain ng weight. But this time, it is the lean body mass or muscle weight. And with fasting, hindi siya para pangpapayat lang. It can actually be your mode of healing. And pwede pa rin mag-gain ng weight from muscle mass even if you are fasting. Pero kailangan you know how to eat right. So, ang kailangan dito, low carb and fasting. Sa pagsisimula pa lang, how do you suggest they start with fasting?
For fasting, extend lang nila yung
Overnight
nila na fast. And pag wake up, if hindi pa naman gutom, don't force yourself kung wala pang appetite. The longer na hindi kayo mag-take ng breakfast, the better it is for your body. Yun lang, but still listen to your body pa rin kasi pag gutom na, para maiwasan yung mga nahihilo, yung mga nangihina, so better to eat na if gutom na.
Okay, so that's the basic of fasting. We will tackle more about that sa iba pa nating terms.
I would like to add pa, Doc, in terms of low carb. Bakit may mga nag-question kasi, bakit hindi zero carb? Bakit low carb? It is because there are many foods na nutrient dense, just like egg. Napaka-kompleto po ng egg. Meron siyang proteins, rich in fats, but at the same time, meron siyang carb. For one egg, there is a equivalent of 1 gram of carb. So kaya hindi po natin pwedeng sabihin na zero carb talaga kasi baka ma-miss natin yung egg na napaka-nutrient dense niya for a small portion of carbs which is tolerable lang naman. So it's better to take some eggs pa rin. The other low carb foods. So
And
not
then,
just zero carb.
it's not just na sinasabi natin we lower our carbs na kailangan talaga wala na, okay? So we label it low carb because it is going to be very flexible and anybody can just attain. If you go to very restrictive na zero carb, then that might be harder to comply when we see na just with general low carb you can already heal, hindi kailangan na ganun ka sobra-sobrang rigid. So with low carb it is very flexible and mas madali siyang i-sustain because yung lifestyle nga natin it's not just about a one time thing, hindi lang ito na pang 1 week lang or from 2 weeks lang. It is actually a lifestyle na pwede nating masustain all our lives. So we are now going 3 years na, no?
Yes.
3 years na in low carb
and we are really happy with our food.
Yeah.
Hindi tayo nag-feel na kailangan zero carb talaga ako pero you feel deprived naman. Parang ang saklap naman ng buhay na gano'n. Dapat happy pa rin.
yes. So we are staying with low carb, not even keto because keto is sobrang taas sa fat intake and it is somewhat restrictive because the fat intake there can be as high as 70 to 75% of fats na inokonsumo from your daily calorie needs. And with low carb, that can still be keto. But general low carb, it is more flexible and anybody can comply with it at walang masyadong contraindication. So what is naman the definition of our next HC? So, di ba? LCF. So, panay nyo makikita yan. Kasi naka-HC pa ako noon. So, HC means
High carb.
and by your experience, paano ka nakaka-eat ng high carb? What's your usual day na masasabi mo nag-high carb ka na?
Sa ngayon na kung nag-high carb na ako, medyo sa protein shake siguro.
Hindi naman yan carbs. Wala naman yan carbs. Pero no. High carb. Anong definition ng high carb?
Ang high carb talaga yung kunyari, may nakain ka ng chicken it's a 1 cup of rice. High carb na yun. Yung katulad kaya sa mga fruits.
Yeah.
Kung makakain ka ng fruits na kunyari isang saging, ilang grams na ng carbs yun na sa fructose, walang consider as high carb na talaga.
Kasi yung akala ng iba, kasi yung group natin na life without rice, kapag tinanggal na nila ng rice, akala nila low carb na yun. Pero kung nag-life without rice ka, wala kang ng rice, pero after mong kumain, may 2 saging ka, at saka meron ka pang isang gatas o inom pa ka ng kung anong drinks dyan or fruit juice. So that is still high carb.
Pag minsan ng saging mo, banana Q pa.
Yeah, actually, I have a friend. Nag-bike siya.
Biker. Gusto ko yun yung
siya.
biker eh.
Yung parang healthy food niya, pagdating doon sa destination or along the way, buko juice plus saging na saba. So it's both.
Yeah. Yes, mataas sila sa potassium and yes, you can see na parang maganda nga because especially after a physical activity, but it goes together with too much carbohydrates. Isang buong buko juice nasa nasa 500 ml siguro, no?
Sa 1 cup o na lang, 100 ml, nasa 6 grams of sugar.
And then 100 ml, konting-konti lang yan.
Isang cup.
So, no, 1 cup is 200 to 250. So, 100 ml, so, maliit lang yan. Half cup. Half cup lang And we are back. So, nasa labas po kami ngayon. We actually still don't have electricity sa bahay namin. And nandito kami sa labas because we just had a meeting online. Anyway, yung total carbohydrates na nasa buko juice at nasa banana, nasa saging, kahit saging nasa babayan, mataas pa rin yan. It's still isang banana lang, nasa minimum 20 grams na yan. Kung saging na saba, yung mataas niyan, starch. Kasi yung niluluto nila. So that is starch and still can be broken down into glucose. And yung mga sobrang tamis naman na mga saging, yung hinog na, so that is high in both glucose and fructose. The same way yung buko juice, meron din siyang fructose and glucose. Kaya, yun, kapag kumakain kayo parati ng fruits, parating kumakain ng tinapay, pasta, noodles, rice, kahit mais pa yan, corn rice, o basmati rice, ano pa ba yung mga couscous, and ano yung mga uso ngayon, yung mga maliliit na mga quinoa rice, so all of those rice, ano pa rin, adlay rice, yes.
Actually, yung mga na-mention before, like the saging, like the puto, meron siyang nutrients, pero we cannot deny the carb content niya. Kumbaga, meron siyang good effect, pero meron din siyang bad effect na parang hindi siya worth it sa good effect niya. Because you can get those good effects in some other sources na walang harmful effect.
Yeah. To be fair, so taking buko juice and saging na saba is much healthier as compared to eating chocolates, high carb, eating sundae, drinking milk tea. Of course, mas masustansya naman yung buko juice or soft drinks. Mas masustansya yon. But what is more masustansya actually is consuming foods that are high in vitamins and minerals pero mababa sa total net carb. So, for example, if gusto mo ng potassium, pwede kang kumain ng talong, di ba? Talong or green leafy vegetables. Or baka hindi mo rin ganun kakailangan yung potassium. Especially if you know how to take care of yourself.
Even pork has potassium.
Yes, meat, meron sila actually. So, yun yung high carb. And how about high protein? So, high protein, how did we prioritize our proteins?
Like, maybe 60-70%, 80% of our meat is protein.
Like sa isang plato natin, no? We can even have, if we choose,
90% even.
Kung by quantity, kung titingnan mo lang, but most of the animal meat proteins, especially kung kakain kayo ng steak, kakain kayo ng baboy, or kahit isda, and even seafoods, nakikita natin puro karne lang, pero yung totoo, embedded na yung fats doon. So, they are actually high in good fats. So, if you prioritize your proteins, you will really have the benefits of both, no? Para sa gustong mag-weight loss, at pati na rin sa gustong mag-weight gain. But this time, it's going to be fat loss and muscle gain. Yun yung pinaka-importante. Si HP. So, kasi merong mga iba LCHP, low carb, high protein. Low carb, ang next natin is HF. So, meron ding LCHF. I think sa mga nakabasa ng books natin, The Perfect at Last, Weight and Health, we usually term their LCHF. So, it's a low carb, high fat. So, ang proteins kasi, it will also depend on your goal. But for the sake of healing, you can benefit from low carb and high fat, especially for the longest time na naka-high carb kayo. So, that is like resetting of your metabolic health. So, next natin is OMAD. So, ano ang ibig sabihin ng OMAD? Okay, so OMAD is
1 meal a day.
So, 1 meal a day. Yun actually yung parang favorite natin. So, yung pinakasimple niya, isang beses lang kumakain sa isang araw. And I know it may sound a little too much para sa iba, pero kapag nasanay na kayo, it's actually just okay. Especially if you've tried fasting for 24 hours or even 48 hours, sobrang saya nang makakakain kayo ng one meal a day. That's actually what I do sometimes. If I've been on long series of eating spree, so I fast and then so that I can enjoy OMAD more. So OMAD, next natin is TMAD. Meron ding 2 meals a day. But for OMAD, yung special lang sa OMAD, pwede ka actually makakain ng 2 beses. As long as it's light meals and as long as it is within a 4 to 5 hours window lang. Because iniisip natin dyan is the insulin effect. So as long as you reset your insulin to baseline every 24 hours, then that's considered as OMAD. So that yung katawan ninyo, meron talaga siyang panahon na hindi siya nagkakaroon ng insulin spike. So you go back to the basic every time. So next would be TMAD. So that's 2 meals a day. And of course, meron ding 3 MAD. So 3 meals a day. So, sa mga nagsisimula pa lang, it's okay.
3 man.
Yes. 3 meals a day, it's okay. Kahit pa gusto nyo mag-umad o gusto nyo mag 2 meals a day, you can just start with just 3 meals a day. Yung importante, ano importante?
Stay low carb.
Stay low carb lang talaga. Okay? Kasi mas mahirap actually i-sustain yung less meals pero naka-high carb. Kasi gugutumin nyo yung sarili nyo, you will feel like you are being deprived. So, kailangan hindi ganon. And next would be IF. So, intermittent fasting. Yun na yung in-explain natin kanina, no? You divide the day into two. The fasting hours and the eating hours. Ano yung IF schedule mo ngayon?
Na-daily ako na tima. Mali, 6 p.m.
Last meal.
And next meal is 12 noon.
12 noon na. Yes, usually, ganun yung gusto natin. No? Although minsan, medyo na-delete. Like ngayon, nag-meeting kami. Medyo kailangan kaming order. So, kumain kami ng konti. But we can just adjust. Generally, in a week or in a month, mas marami yung times na you stick to your 6, 18-6 na yun. So, yung IF, dalawa yung number dyan. The first number is yung fasting hours and the next number would be your eating hours. The same with you?
Sometimes I eat earlier breakfast, like 11 a.m. But when I eat earlier than usual, which is 12, I see to it that I end it earlier.
As well. Oh. Actually, kung ano lang, no, kung wala lang akong mga happenings na mga dinner engagement, mas maganda yung feeling na early kumain. So, like 10, 11, enough na siya to fuel for the next day. So, maybe gagawin ko yan soon kapag na-establish ko na ulit yung aking schedule sa buhay. So, next would be EF. So, EF, ano yung definition ng EF?
Extended fasting.
So, ano yung extended fasting?
More than 24 hours or more na fasting.
Kapag nag-fasting kayo more than 24 hours, extended fasting na yun. But importante for now, we are just discussing the common terms sa ating LCF lifestyle at hindi nyo kailangang ma-pressure na mag-EF.
No need. We are not suggesting this on anybody.
Yes.
Please
So,
take note of that.
next would be Circadian. SCF. CF or Circadian fasting. Kung meron tayong isa-suggest, with Circadian fasting. So, anong pinagkaiba ng Circadian fasting at intermittent fasting?
Pag sundown yung start na ng no eating na. Yung fasting window. At simula ng eating window mo, pag sunrise na.
Kasi usually, pag magsabing intermittent fasting, you can start your breakfast at 2 p.m. and then mag-end ka ng 8 p.m. So that's still 18-6.
Yeah.
That's still 18-6. Pero pag circadian fasting, wala na pong eating beyond sundown. So dapat, para din sa ano yan.
Sa ating circadian rhythm. Because IF is just general term na dinidivide mo into fasting window and eating window. But when it comes to circadian fasting, para siyang IF din. But you are taking into account the circadian rhythm, which is the regulation ng ating katawan when it comes to day and night cycle. So it has something to do with sunrise and sundown. So circadian fasting can be done as easily as 12-12. So by alas 6 ng hapon or by sundown. O ngayon early yung sundown, 5:30.
5:30 wala na.
5:30 dapat tapos ka na kumain. So 5:30 tapos ka na kumain. Pero kung gusto mo naman, early naman yung sunrise, 5:30 in the morning din, pwede ka rin kumain. And for our next would be DF. So it's dry fasting. So nakakatakot man pakinggan yung dry fasting. But actually ginagawa natin yan lahat while we are sleeping.
Araw-araw.
Araw-araw yan. Hindi ka naman siguro natutulog na merong straw sa iyong bibig, no? Na uminom ka na uminom.
Or gumigising para inom lang ng
Uy,
tubig.
maraming ganyan. Maraming
Nagbabago
ganyan.
tubig.
Baka ganun na tayo before.
Before.
No, but now, hindi talaga. We now know na our body also need rest. As much as water is good, maganda yung tubig, pero hindi rin natin kailangang forever ibabad yung sarili natin and especially our internal organs with water. So hello sa ating mga admins dyan. For those who wish to join our low carb and fasting masterclass for a more structured approach, for a more structured learning, meron po tayong LCF masterclass by Josephine, Rojo, MD. And nandyan po yung mga admins natin. Send nyo lang a message. Nandyan si Coach Andrew, si Coach Alvin, we have Coach Angela, Mabi, Tintin, Harriet, Arky, and we also have Giantbird. So yun po yung mga admins natin. They will assist you. Kung meron kayong paboritong pangalan na merong nag-spark sa inyo, na meron kayong connection, you drop the message at sila mismo yung a-attend sa inyo. And of course, we have Admin Angela on our comments. And of course, yung mga admins and moderators natin sa Low Carb and Fasting Masterclass, pati na rin sa ating groups, Life Without Rice and Low Carb, Feasting and Fasting Community. Special shout out to our moderator. We have Regina Bumaglag, si Ma Gigi, and kasabay pala sila ng birthday ni Mane. Ni Mane, my lifelong friends, one of my longest friends, no? Si Mane. So, also known as Cherise, happy birthday, and I'll see you soon. Pati na rin si Sir Peter.
Sir Peter, happy birthday.
Sir Peter, no, tatlo na sila mga special sa atin. Si Mane, si Gigi, at saka si Sir Peter. So, happy birthday! And moving forward sa ating definition of terms, we have ADF. So, ADF or alternate day fasting. Did we do na ba alternate day fasting? Wala ba, no? PCR tayo eh. So, alternate day.
Yan ba yun yung ginagawa mo dati?
Yeah.
Na correct yung eyesight?
Yeah. So, alternate day fasting, ginawa ko yun for 3 weeks straight. So, ano lang siya, alternate day. One day you eat, the next day you don't, and then the next day you eat, and then the next day you don't. Meron lang siyang parang emotional impact. Yung parang hindi siya ganun ka-stabilizing sa yung emotions. Like, today, walang kain. Okay lang yung walang kain. Actually, mas stable pa yung pakiramdam ko when I'm not eating. But during up day, kasi meron yung down day and up day. So during up day, nakakain ka na, oh my God, wala kang maisip. Parang kakain ka na ng kakain.
Kasi alam mo, bukas wala ka na kakain.
Oo, yung ganon. Parang for me hindi siya maganda sa isang food addict na katulad ko. So parang hindi siya maganda sa aking overall wellness. Kaya hindi ko na siya ginawa ng as regular. But I know a lot of people who actually thrive and are doing well with low carb. Actually, hello to Lulu, isa sa sa atin meet and greet in Manila. Naka-ADF siya. So, naka-ADF siya since she started. I think naka 2 months na siya. At yun yung parang regular niya.
Wow.
She already normalized. At marami talagang taong ganyan that they find a sweet spot with ADF. At na-maintain na lang nila kung ano yung kanilang weight success and their health success. So, sobrang ganda. So, nasa sa inyo yan, but all of these options will depend on you. So, part pa rin ito ng ADF, the up day. So, up day, ibig sabihin, ito yung day na kumakain kayo. So, you can dedicate it as eating day or feasting day. So, I think for me, hindi yun successful because, successful siya, hindi siya sustainable in my heart. Kasi yung feeling ko parati, feast day, yung up day ko, feast day, hindi ko makayang mag-eat day lang.
Hindi, sobra yun. Parang alam mo, kagaling ako sa walang kain, kailangan kong bumawi. And tomorrow ulit, wala din akong
kain. So, kakain talaga.
Na-over yung pag...
But I think it will depend on personality. So, sa mga tao talaga, I think you can thrive with that. Kasi hindi ka naman, hindi ka talaga
Those things is sa'yo eh. Nare-reward mo yung sarili mo. At the same time, nagpe-prepare ka for tomorrow.
Oo. Magkaiba talaga kami. In Bisaya and Ilonggo, my personality talaga is apurado. No? So, medyo impulsive, and then yun, go. But Alvin is more disciplined, so mas may control siya sa mga bagay-bagay. So I think that's why hindi ako mag-stick sa ADF for long. I'm more on IF, CF, and EF. No? So, di ba maganda if naiintindihan nyo na lahat? So we can just talk freely para alam nyo na kung ano yung mga terms and conditions, common language. And of course, if merong up day, meron ding down day. So yung down day naman, eto naman yung walang kung ADF, hindi naman yun kailangang dry fasting eh. So you can just have water, tea, or coffee na plain. And kapag gusto nyo naman ng electrolytes, you can also add electrolytes. Sa iba na hindi masyadong strict, like say for example, for under Dr. Jason Fong, pwede inaalaw nilang uminom ng bone broth o di kaya yung mga ano yun, yung mga bulletproof coffee or MCT oil. Basta, importante, hindi ka lalagpas ng 500 kilocalories a day. So, actually, malaki pa rin yun. You can extend that. But to be plain about it, down day is the not eating day and up day is the eating day. So, next would be DCR. So, DCR, ito yung ginawa namin and is now, we shared it to our autoimmune masterclass about the diseases of immune system. So DCR stands for
Dry, clean, refeed.
refeed. So the dry fasting one day followed by clean fasting the second day and high protein refeeding on the third day. So this one is one cycle and you repeat that for 7 cycles. So a total of 21 days. Or kung like what we did, we have a weekend kasi we are weekend people eh. Ano talaga weekend? Oo, so dalawa yung repeating namin. Saturday, Sunday because we are weekend people. Yun lang talaga yung ano namin. So we extended to 24 days kasi per week, dalawang cycle. So 3 days and 4 days, 3 days and 4 days, 3 days and 4 days, and the last 3 days. So yun yung aming PCR cycle. And hindi kayo kailangan maging malnourished when it comes to LCF, especially if you are doing it right. If nagiging malnourished na kayo, nalalagas na yung buhok ninyo, numinipis na, nagda-dry na yung skin ninyo, sobrang parang may sakit na kayo tingnan, nanghihina kayo, hindi kayo makakonsentrate, hindi kayo makagalaw, hindi na kayo makatrabaho. So, you are really not doing it right. Okay?
Baka nasobran sa fasting, kulang na sa kinakain.
Oh.
We are advocating fasting, but we are also not advocating starvation. Baka starvation mode na po kayo. So,
yeah. So, when you fast,
yan.
do it at the right time and then prepare it with the right mindset. But you also have to know when to break your fast and also kung ano yung kakailanganin mong pagkain. And with refeeding, importante yun. Actually, walang masyadong namamatay sa fasting, pero mas may namamatay sa hindi tamang pag-refeed o hindi tamang pag-break ng fast. But that's another topic for another time. Ngayon, common terms muna tayo in LCF. Next would be apple cider vinegar. So, ECV. Bilisan na lang natin kasi mga pagkain na naman yan. This one is actually more common in Life Without Rice. If hindi pa kayo part ng Life Without Rice, kindly join Life Without Rice so that you can see. Meron ding all-purpose cream. Caution list yan. Kung gagamit kayo ng cream, better use heavy cream. So, yung full cream, heavy cream. All-purpose cream kasi processed na. EVOO, that's one of the healthiest oil, extra virgin olive oil. And kung gusto nyong i-maximize yung benefit from olive oil, take it in raw form, hindi yung niluluto. Okay lang naman if you have all the budget to use olive oil, extra virgin olive oil. But for maximum benefit, better to use it as raw. And kung use coconut oil or any saturated fats, tallow, taba ng baka, or lard, taba ng baboy. So, and ghee also. And another one would be VCO. It's virgin coconut oil. Tinanong ko before, how about extra virgin coconut oil? Wala daw extra virgin coconut oil. Virgin coconut oil is already enough. Wala nang extra virgin pa. And another term for virgin coconut oil is cold pressed coconut oil kasi hindi sila nag-undergo ng heat. So cold pressed lang talaga, pressure lang and extract na. And that's how you can see na it's really a natural oil. And moving forward, SL or safe list. So these ones are under our safe list. So tatlo sila, SL, CL, DL. So SL safe list, and then CL caution list, and DL danger list. So ano sila? So yung safe list are the foods that are generally safe. You can check out yung ating hashtag JGC Rojo food list para makita nyo yung full list na yan. And I hope you understand why they are put there. And so safe list generally okay for everyone except for very few na nagre-react sa certain foods that are in the safe list. Caution list, JGC Rojo food list. So, for the caution list naman, ito yung mga pagkain that can be eaten. Pero, if you are still healing, if hindi pa kayo at the top of your health, best to avoid muna. to make sure that you will prioritize your health first. And yung mga nasa danger list naman are nutritionally not essential, and sometimes they are almost always inflammatory. Kaya avoid at all costs. So next would be WOE or WOE. So that's our way of eating. So that's just a term sa mga sobrang tamad nang mag-type. Pero seldom I use that. Hindi ko siya feel. Feel mo siya. Hindi ko
Way
siya
of life.
Oh, and meron din WOL, wall. So, way of life. So, ganun din. Meron kasing mga nag-hashtag keto wall. Yung mga ganun, hashtag. So, keto way of life or low carb way of life, low carb way of eating. So, those are just the terms so that you will be acquainted with, pero hindi nyo rin kailangan gamitin yan. So, eto naman about mga progress. So, SW, tatlo sila parate. SW, CW, and GW. So, CW, starting weight, CW, current weight, and GW, yung goal weight. So, usually, if sa group natin na low carb feasting and fasting masterclass, nandun yung kanilang mga starting weight, and then their current weight, and then their goal weight. So, if malayo pa, yun yung sinasabi. Malayo pa, pero malayo na. So, malayo pa, pero malayo na. So, it's okay. It's always going to give you the motivation that you need to keep on going. But as much as we talk about weight, meron din tayong NSV. So these are the non-scale victories. So I think yung unang nagpauso nito was Jean Stephens in her book, Delay, Don't Deny. So it was one of the first books that I've read when it comes to intermittent fasting. And somewhat, she's very, very inspiring. So NSV, non-scale victory, because hindi lang tayo nagpo-focus lang sa weight. Although weight is one of the most parang objective and madali lang i-measure, but it's actually not the best gauge of health. So what's good would be like other non-scale victories. Like for example, mas lumiwanag yung inyong paningin, you feel lighter, yung inyong pag-iisip ay mas focus, mas nakaka-concentrate kayo.
Bumaba yung leeg ko.
Bumaba
Dati
yung
wala akong leeg.
leeg.
Dati wala akong leeg. Dati 9.5 yung paa ko. Ngayon 9 na lang.
Wow! Lumiit pati yung paa, no? Pati yung ilong mo.
Save na kami ngayon ng...
Ng paa? Before, magkaiba kayo ng paa?
Mas malaki sa ng upsize.
Before?
Yeah, ngayon save.
Kasi for the
Ngayon malaki
longest
talaga yung
time,
9.5 sa akin.
kasi for the longest time, you've always been heavier than him.
Kaya...
Nung bumagsak.
Lumaki siguro mo.
So nakikita nyo naman, no, iba-iba talaga yung concern ng kada tao sa kanilang sarili. Like for example, if we take a picture, Bobby will always, para sa akin, sobrang gwapo na niya, pero yung tinitingnan pala niya, yung kanyang leeg. And like Coach Andrew din, tawang-tawa lang. Para sa akin, gwapong-gwapo na siya, pero yung gusto lang niya, yung titingnan niya ang kanyang buhok. So magkakaiba tayo. So ako, yung pisngi ko lang, pero wala na tayong magagawa dyan. So, tanggap na lang natin yan.
Diba, isa sa non-scale victory yung sinturon.
Sinturon, so belt. Okay, oo, ganon. So, hindi lang basta sa weight lang. Although, those are still scale kasi measurable siya. Pero, it's a better gauge actually. Yung abdominal girth, mas maganda yon. It's more indicative of improvement on health as compared to just weight. Kasi yung iba, pwede kayong mag-weight gain, pero muscle gain. So, that's actually good. Hindi yun actually bad, diba? So, yun yung NSP. And yun na yung last natin. Oh, yun na yung
Kaya
last
ako picture ko na
natin.
wala akong leeg.
Sige. Ito yung picture niya, wala siyang leg. So, yeah. So, ganon.
May leeg na ako ngayon.
So happy for you.
Congratulations.
Yung leeg mo, it's something that I cannot unsee. Kita ko na talaga yung leeg mo.
Hindi
Hindi na lang may leeg pa
ko na kailangan
ako.
mag-v-neck para
Parang nakonsensya ako, nabibilang ako ngayon. So, yun. That's it for our common terms in low carb and fasting. Do you still have anything to add? Meron pa ba? Yun na yung mga naisip ko eh. LOL, no, laugh out loud. No, wag yan. Ayoko ng ganyan. Hindi na tayo nagaganyan. And all of this list pala, I will just give you a preview. We will launch a 2022 planner. Okay? Yung planner na ito, merong intermittent fasting schedule ninyo. And if you can stick to safe list, to caution list, to danger list during that day, kung ano yung goals nyo for the week. So, the planner is Happy Healthier 2022. We will publish it soon and inform you once it is done. So, kaya ako, hindi na ako na bumili ng planner. Hindi na ako nagpakuha ng Starbucks planner. Kasi yun na yung kukunin ko. And I hope you can also wait for that. Hopefully, it will arrive before January. So stay tuned lang. So I think that's it for those of you who still want to know more. Meron tayong low carb and fasting masterclass by yours truly. Just message lang our admins, especially sa mga meron ng iniinom na gamot, meron ng diagnosed conditions. Ano na nga yung na-finish nating masterclass?
Diabetes, hypertension,
GERD,
obesity and weight loss, fatty liver, hypercholesterolemia, and hypertriglyceridemia. And the fourth is the fifth.
autoimmune,
Fifth is
Autoimmune diseases.
GERD, hyperacidity and ulcer.
Six,
PCOS.
PCOS. Women's health, fertility.
And there din yan, endometriosis, yung mga
And also the immune system diseases, allergy, kahit yung infection, arthritis, asthma,
thyroid disease,
thyroid diseases, ano ba yan, psoriasis, ulcerative colitis, IBD, actually maraming covered nun. So, yun yung ating current masterclass that are now available that you can watch on demand kung kailan nyo gustong panoorin. So, maraming salamat po. Remember, kung kayo ay marami pang dinadaing at nagko-confuse pa rin kung okay ba yung ininom ng gamot.
I would like to add na even though we have the safe list, there are specific foods in the safe list that are not advisable to specific conditions din. So it's better for them to
Yeah.
have a deeper and
Yung
in-depth
yung
knowledge
sabi
about
natin, the safe list is generally safe for everyone. But sa mga tao, especially with autoimmune diseases or problems with their immune system, then meron silang kanilang sarili pang safe list na safer than the safe list, the general safe list. At yun yung specific protocol for that, the healing protocol, the food elimination protocol, kung paano ito gawin step by step, is already incorporated in our LCF Masterclass for allergy, autoimmune diseases, infection, inflammation, and disease of the immune system masterclass. So, yun lang muna for now. Do you want to greet your wives?
I'm well.
Kasi hindi pa kayo umuwi. So, sorry, Mabi, Angel, muli na sila. Okay? So, thank you so much, everyone. God bless you. Bye. Advance Merry Christmas. I'll see you tomorrow for another video. Maraming salamat po. Remember to stay low carb so that we all stay safe. Goodbye.